This is Jeremy Poplin with Thunder Breakdown.
That's right, it's time for another Thunder Breakdown, only this time we're coming to you live. That's correct, live on YouTube, live on X as we get set for Game 5 tonight. Jeremy Poplin, Steve McGehee, live from the arena. Steve, you're a busy man this afternoon, and it has been all leading up to this after that incredible fourth quarter performance from the Thunder in Game 4. Let's just kind of walk me through the last 24 hours or so and just how this has felt to you, and how, in speaking to the Thunder yesterday, you feel like that the energy is going to be brought inside game number 5 inside the Paycom Center tonight.
You hope they bring that winning momentum back from Indiana, because that was an incredible 3 minutes there at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. But it comes down to tonight for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The pressure's on them to win this game. You cannot lose this game and go back there in a must-win situation at that place. So something has to give tonight. Either the Thunder are going to win 2 games in a row in the playoffs, or Indiana's going to lose 2 games in a row for the first time in the playoffs. So, but it's, I think, a little bit of sigh of relief. You know, they didn't play that well in Game 4. You know, we know about the lack of threes and the lack of assists. But what they did do was make their free throws. And that's what you have to do in the NBA Finals. You got to make your free throws. And Shea was a perfect 10 for 10. Jalen Dub was a perfect 11 out of 11. And those were big factors. And, of course, they made the key shots down the stretch to win that game. So I think there's a little bit of a sigh of relief coming home. But they know they're going to get Indiana. Indiana's going to do everything they can to agitate the Thunder and win this game and get it back to Indiana, with them leading 3 games to 2. So Oklahoma City, they're going to be ready for this, I should say. But, you know, they got in, and I think that win's going to propel them to a victory tonight.
We know how important that this game is. As a matter of fact, Game 5 winner has won 23 of the last 31 NBA Finals in this scenario, so that's at 75%. Very important tonight. But the thing about Indiana is, and why you feel like you're going to get their best tonight, this has kind of been their MO throughout the course of the entire playoffs, right? Everyone starts to count them out or never gives them enough credit, and here they come back again. And it's just, we talk a lot about Oklahoma City's culture. Indiana's culture is really good as well with what Rick Carlisle has built there. I expect nothing but them to bounce back tonight and give one of their better performances on the road.
It's going to come down to will and want to. Who wants it more? It's going to be who's going to be diving for the loose balls, who's going to be getting the offensive rebound. You know, it's just going to be whoever's the most aggressive team is going to win this game tonight. And, you know, hopefully Lou Dort gets the hot hand. Hopefully Wiggins he played here at 18 points, and he's barely scored in Game 3 and 4. So maybe they get something from him coming off the bench. But you know, Alex Caruso, I think, is an X factor once again tonight, and I love what they did in the first quarter. They rested Shea in the first quarter, and they stayed within range of the Pacers by doing that. And then in the fourth quarter, Dub was bringing the ball up, you know, not putting so much stress on Shea, and that's why he had, you know, didn't have any assists in the game. I'm like, well, he had the ball out of his hands for the most part in that fourth quarter, and when he did, he was driving and scoring. But I like the way they managed that. But Oklahoma City, they have to take, you know, 2 out of 3 are here. Just win your home games. I know it sounds easy enough, but just win your home games, and you're going to be winning a title. You know, they're in a good spot. But as you know, those Pacers, they love to defy the odds. And once again, Oklahoma City's favored to win. But, you know, so Indiana's going to have that on our side. And, of course, they feel like they let one slip away. But Oklahoma City let one slip away in Game 1, too. So we're back to 0 with this best of 3.
How about the fact, Steve, you talk about taking the ball and J-Dub taking a lot of that off of the shoulders of SGA. How about the fact that SGA set 7 screens alone for J-Dub there in the fourth quarter, which was by far the highest number throughout the entire point in the year, and that really kind of helped put that offense back in groove there in the fourth quarter and allowed SGA to kind of do his thing and take over there late.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see more of that tonight. But, you know, Jalen kind of, I don't know who said it. Jalen set the table. Caruso kept them in the game, and then Shea closed it. I think it was on NBA TV, and that's a great analysis of what they did in game number 4, and just try to duplicate that tonight. But Indiana, one thing I'm going to be watchful for is Indiana trying to mix it up. And maybe, we almost had a little mix up there with Obi Toppin bumping Caruso, and then Hartenstein came over and was given a tee. Really, all he did was come over and say, hey, don't do that. But maybe he said a bad word or something. So it was a double technical. But I expect maybe one or two of that tonight. With so much on the line, tempers are going to flare.
I know that we've got to try to save your phone battery, and you've got a lot to get to here in a minute, so I'll let you go after this. Give me a couple of keys tonight, in your opinion, for the Thunder to come away the win in game number 5.
Let Caruso play as long as he can, because he's going to be – he can do so much when the basketball's not in his hand. But, use your timeouts wisely. Try to get Caruso maybe up to 35 minutes. That'd be great. Get Wiggins involved. I like what I saw from Kenrich Williams in Game 4. I would hope he's going to get some more playing time in Game 5. Maybe Isaiah Joe comes off the bench. But let Caruso be Caruso, and they're going to have to lean on that Thunder defense again. You keep saying it, but, defensively, Indiana looked awful in those final 3 minutes. They rushed their shots, and the Thunder defense had a lot to do with it. So Thunder defense and more Caruso, and you're going to get a win tonight. Will
the Paycom have a roof on it after tonight, if they win?
Oh, it's going to be the loudest one. It was Game 7 Denver, then that was topped by Game 5 in Minnesota, and then this will be the loudest one. And of course, right now it's the most important game in Thunder franchise history. But then Thursday will be the most important game in Thunder franchise history, and if they don't win one of those games, then Sunday will be the most important. So if we just keep adding on to it, but 2 out of 3 here at Paycom, you have to like it.
There's no doubt. Steve, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining us here late, short notice as we get set for game number 5 coming up tonight. Put a charger on that phone. Make sure you got enough juice to last the rest of the night, and we'll check in with you on News 9 as soon as the game is over.
All right. We'll see you in Indiana, too.
That's right. Your early morning flight. My man Steve likes to catch those early morning flights.
6:15 to Denver. There you go. You know the drill.
I absolutely know the drill for sure. All right, that'll do it as we get set to wrap up here with Steve McGee. Want to remind everyone, go to news9.com. Check out all the latest. I've got my 5 keys up there. I'll run through them for you quickly here. Defensive identity from the jump. They've got to set that tone. The screens that we talked about for SGA. Keep attacking the paint. Maximize the defensive minutes from Dort and Caruso, and assists and rebounds. That was a big key in game number 4. You can go read the entire article right now on news9.com and newson6.com as well, where you can check out all of our Thunder hubs that we have for you. That'll do it for us. We'll back 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, live here on YouTube on News 9 and also on X as well, and a live post-game show. Thunder up, and we'll see you in the second quarter here live from News 9.